Have you ever mapped out your ideal schedule to your actual calendar? I just spent 2.5 hours doing exactly that and realizing, oh, this is why I never get anything done. I don't have enough time to do it. Even though it seems like the basics, working out, cleaning, hygiene, journaling, meditation. Like, these are the things I'm allegedly supposed to be doing every day as a baseline. Like, we haven't even started talking about making content, building a business, having social life. Like, literally just the basics. Put them in my calendar today. It's 11:11. Put them in my calendar. And I'm like, oh, well, girl, that's why you don't get anything done. It was actually quite relieving because I used to have, I'm proud of myself for trying, but I had a morning and evening routine. And then I was like, this morning and evening routine is not getting done. What's wrong? Put that in ChatGPT and Claude. I have them go back and forth with each other because they're stupid in different ways. And also, I hate that I do that tongue sticky out thing because I hate when other people do that. And the fact that I do it too is like, why are you doing that? Anyway, so morning and evening routine, threw that in, and both of them were like, this is too much. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you for help. Hello. And then I was like, okay, maybe we need to break down the routines into groupings of routines. So there's routines inside the routine. So it's not just a morning routine. It's like my morning wake up routine. And then there's my cardio routine. And then there's my weightlifting routine. And then there's my post-workout routine. And then there's my productivity block routine. And then I have this routine that is called motion detected. Listen, y'all, look up Keanu Reeves ring camera motion. Wait, let me see if I can find it myself before I tell you what to do. Keanu Reeves ring camera motion. It's a meme. Oh, images, go to images. Yes, you can find it. It's so funny. Anyway, so that's what I called that section of my routine. And it comes from, if you've been watching my videos, which you haven't, and I understand because you probably just got here because who am I? Some rando. Anyway, we're going to become friends. Give us some time. So in my previous videos, I mentioned I've been in a funk, call it depression, if you will. I don't like to oversubscribe to mental illness names because then you take on an identity with the illness, but that's a whole different conversation. I think I've been depressed. I'm not a clinician. We're not supposed to diagnose ourselves, but hey, shit. I studied neuroscience in college. I know what depression looks like. Moving on. I've been in a depressive funk and I've been doing research to climb out of it, like what actually helps with depression. And one of the most effective things, it's not top 10, but it's in the cloud. It's in the top 20 things for depression and well-being and life meaning and happiness and fulfillment, blah, blah, blah. I grouped my research for all of these things together. So it's not just depression, it's also the opposite, which is feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, living long and happy and whatever. Anyway, well-being is every day, choose your most avoided, most dreaded task. Write down, this is a required part, do not skip this part. Write down why you've been avoiding it, what you're afraid will happen if you do it, what feelings you don't want to feel by doing it, what things you don't want to experience. Why are you avoiding it? Write that down. Required step. Also, shout out to Dory and Finding Dory because she just be pulling up on that camera real quick, like, bah! I love channeling my inner Dory. So, required step, write down why you're avoiding it so that you can see what conscious and subconscious and unconscious triggers you are operating by. Procrastination is not a time management issue, it's an emotion management issue. Anyway, and then you do it for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Set a timer, only do it for 5 minutes. I mean, shit, you've been avoiding it. Who cares how long you do it for? That's 5 minutes more than you were gonna do before. Please. So I called that block, that routine, motion detected. And if you see the Keanu Reeves meme, I just had to add some humor to it, you know? So yeah, that's another routine. And then what else we got in there? Measure detected. Oh, admin block. Oh my God. Ugh, my most hated block. But there's a lot of things that I'm supposed to be doing on a regular basis, like unsubscribing emails, clearing photos, making phone calls, blah, blah, blah. And I never do them. But I'm supposed to do them regularly. And they don't add anything to my life. Like working out can feel fulfilling. Studying the Bible feels fulfilling. Unsubscribing emails, it's like, bro, I'm only here because y'all illegally put me on this list. Hoes. The fact that I have to do labor to make up for your breach is crazy. But anyway, that's now an admin block, which is its own routine. Ooh. And then we have an evening routine split into multiple parts, like the bathroom part, and then like my mobility routine, because I like to stretch. I actually don't like to, and I should. I just finished doing it, stretching every night as my mobility routine. So there's different parts of my evening routine, but there's just like there's different parts of my morning routine, but both have a bathroom element, which is like dental care, skin care, hair care, and then there's also like just other aspects of things. So for example, at night I have my mobility routine, versus in the morning I have Bible study. All of this is to say, I 3 hours ago thought that was just a morning and evening routine. That's insane. That's insane. And there are certain things, there's certain aspirations in life that you just have to sit down and really look in the eye, eyeball to eyeball, for you to be like, oh, that's why I'm not doing this. It's not because I'm a lazy, stupid, incompetent, unambitious, whatever narrative you want to apply to it. It's because this is unreasonable. This is not a morning and evening routine. This is literally 8 different routines that I'm calling morning and evening. Baby girl, even your workout routine is multiple routines stacked in it. There's a cardio and there's a weightlifting and there's a stretch aspect. And you're just calling it exercise. And you wonder why you're not checking it off every day. First of all, let's talk about habits. Come on, James Clear, what up, what up? I reread that book every year, by the way, if you're watching, James. I'm not flirting with you. That was weird. Like, whatever. Anyway, Atomic Habits, James Clear. Something to understand about habits. They have to be granular enough for you to know when you actually achieve the habit. So if I just say exercise every day, what counts as exercise? There, I did 3 jumping jacks. Did I exercise today? No. Because I know what I mean by exercise is all these things, but I don't list out those things. And then when I do half of the things, I'm like, oh, does it count? Do I get to give myself credit? List out the full routine so that we can check off the parts you did and we know which parts you didn't, and you can get credit for what you did, and then we don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater just for the parts you didn't. Wild, bro. And also, these things take hours. Girl, why did you think you were just gonna wake up and start your day by 9? You need several hours of prep to get through all of this stuff on a regular basis. Thank God making this video only takes me 10 minutes. Anyway, all of this is to say is if you feel like a lazy bum, you're probably overwhelmed because you're not breaking down your task enough. And if you are breaking them down, you're not actually scheduling time to do the breakdown. It takes me hours to get through what allegedly was a cute little morning routine. And I know that now, and I have it scheduled. And now I have to face my morning knowing I will not finish all of these things for several hours. That's very different than unrealistically every day waking up thinking, oh, I should be done by now, and shaming myself. So I feel so relieved to have broken down my morning and evening routine into the 8+ true routines that they are. And if you would like to do the same, list everything that you think you should be doing in the morning and everything you think you should be doing in the evening, and maybe some are just day of week specific. Like I still have to go through and make all the Sunday cleaning routines. I need a kitchen routine, a living room routine, a bathroom routine, a bedroom routine, a me routine. Whoa, that's probably gonna take up my whole freaking Sunday. And then I'm supposed to have a social life? Of course not. That's actually exactly when my house started getting messy, when I started having friends. There's only so much time, sister. So yeah, list everything you think you should be doing in a day. Know about how long you think it's going to take you to do every single tiny task on that list. Bring them all together. Now you know how long the routine's supposed to take you. Then you know how many routines you're supposed to have a day. And then you get to see, like me, how we don't have enough fucking time in the day. And it's about to be Mother's Day tomorrow. Some of y'all have kids. Holy shit, bro. I'm never doing that. I can't even get a handle on myself. On myself. Whoa. Whoa is like one of my favorite things to say because it encapsulates my overwhelm so well. But happy Mother's Day to y'all. If you have kids and you're not taking care of them, please go do that. Why aren't you doing that? What? Why wouldn't you do that? You know how much it means to that child for you to be in their life, no matter how imperfect you are? Obviously, don't freaking abuse them. Jesus Christ. But like, yeah, you're a little idiot sometimes. Yeah, you still smoke weed around your kids. Pretty fucked up. But they would much rather you just be there and try to love them through your imperfections, not through abuse, through your imperfections, than you just be off wandering, doing whatever, because you don't think you're good enough to be around your kids. Or you think the whoever is taking care of your kids right now doesn't need your help. They do. And even if they don't need your help, your kids need your presence. I don't give a if your kids are like, I hate you, for something that happened at some point, unless it was abuse. Yikes. But like, we all want our parents. And maybe the parents we have are not perfect parents, and we have to mourn that and process that and grieve that. But that's separate than just not having parents at all. And that's also separate than feeling abandoned by our parents. So please don't make your kids feel abandoned just because you're too worried about trying to be perfect for them. Let me know how the fuck y'all be maintaining your life schedule while also having kids, because that's nuts.